Very good evening, everyone. Charles here of Frgnt Daily Chart Analysis. Monday, the 1st of December 2025. And initially, I'll apologize if you can hear my puppy chewing her carrots at this time, but I figured it's a great opportunity for me to break down this position that was taken in line with my weekly forecast that was provided yesterday. More often than not, it will say the hours, but for now, we'll just call it yesterday, a significant amount of hours ago at this time. So here we are on Euro US dollar. Now, what we can see, the bottom right hand corner is the hour time frame, the bottom left is the 15-minute, and the top chart for you is the 5-minute time frame. Now, the bottom right hand corner, I've simply put it there for you to understand how price was in or is entering into that higher time frame point of interest. Price made a move from that area. It's now pulled up into this area that was left behind, an order block that was left behind, and we're simply looking to bag an opportunity in which price would allow us to at least go to break even once our entry criteria provides and presents itself. No, what did I do? So when price entered into the point of interest, I remember myself saying to the community, well, just because price has entered into a point of interest, it doesn't mean we initially take or we immediately take the position. We still must wait for entry criteria. There can be points of interest all over the chart, but what is important is your entry criteria and when to enter that particular trade. Now, as I zoom out on that 15-minute chart for you, you can see that although it is a point of interest, it happened some time ago. So what I do need to see is some confirmation, just as a cherry on top of the cake before we take the position. Now, depending on your risk appetite, you can be aggressive when you see price into your point of interest, or you can acknowledge that it's a Monday, you're doing very well for the year, and why not wait for that confirmation, especially if you're not in a rush today. So long as you're journaling all those entry criterias and entry models, it doesn't matter which one you take, so long as you take one. So I elected to have two potential setups that I was willing to take. Now, my first opportunity, as I could see, I went straight down to the 1-minute time frame. If I head back to the 15, as you can see, price entered into that point of interest like so, giving us no immediate intention that price was looking to sell. Therefore, I was waiting for confirmation. Now, that confirmation was for me to go down into the 1-minute time frame and seek those lower time frame breaks of structure. Just see by eyeball whether I can get that confirmation. Now, aggressive, granted, and as you can see, price wasn't making evident higher highs and higher lows for us to say, well, there's a break of the most recent, pull back into imbalance and then short. It was quite a difficult chart in terms of 1-minute structure to really analyze and say right now is the correct time to pull the trigger. Understood and granted. So with that said, I was patient, waiting for as many areas to the left as possible for price to have broken. As you can see, 1-minute boss, 1-minute boss, and 1-minute boss. Now, when price started coming up into that area, I had recognized that here was a 1-minute order block that was left behind, and originally I was waiting for price to pop up into that area, potentially give me a lower time 1-minute break of structure, will allow me again to see a bearish engulfing candle before looking to go short, or I was going to take that as a sell limit order if I did not have any further information on the 5-minute time frame. Now, what we can see is price didn't get to that order block, and yet I'm still in that position. So I went up to the 5-minute time frame to see what the 5-minute would allow me to see. Now, what we can see from that area is this 5-minute candle gave us a bearish engulfing candle, of which left an order block behind. So what I did, I drew a line across and simply put an imbalance. It was filled immediately, but what I wanted to do was understand that price had filled that on the 1-minute time frame as it was breaking structure. Therefore, I wanted price to come back up into that area and take the position from that imbalance left behind. Why I was happy to take the position from the 5-minute and not wait for the 1, because it's the risk appetite and it's the fact that will I not get into the trade for the sake of, if I get the correct tool, for the sake of an entry here or an entry there. So for the sake of 2.6 pips, and if I have the same stop loss placement is there any need for me not to get in that position, knowing that I have my 1 minute breaks of structure, and I will not do any better than that if I was even to take the position from that 1 minute order block either. Therefore, for me, you see the setup, it aligns in terms of entry criteria, you take the trade, it's as simple as that. So now looking forward to the here and now, what I'm targeting is Asia lows, based on my theory of how Asia ranges work. It is for me to assume that Asia will fill at some point today. Of course, we're a long way away from that at this time, but that's the theory. So that's my initial target. As I can see, no EMAs on the 4-hour or higher time frame EMAs are coming to push the trade in an upward direction. So although I understand this could well be a higher low for a higher high continuation, what I must also understand is that price is very likely to want to pull down into these areas to fill Asia's, look for rejection from that 4-hour 50 EMA, and if I don't scroll back too far, okay, there's the daily 50 EMA as well. So there's a lot of hold up potentially in and around these areas, but ultimately it's Monday. I'm looking for price to pull down into these areas by midweek, and then we can look for the turnaround to go long. So thank you very much, everyone, for listening. Thank you for your support across all the channels. It is appreciated, and I do hope that these quick-fire breakdowns are of hand to you all. Take care. Wish you a successful week in trading. Best, Charles.